cold dragonborn. Oh, what sort of creatures? That must have been the twin spawn of Cthulhu. Ancient daughters of the great Cthulhu imprisoned in Ashpit after the war with the Dwemer. I don't know how they freed them. The cult worships Cthulhu and all of his kin. A vain hope that he will spare them when the end finally comes. Oh, excellent, excellent. Let's have a look. You didn't ask. You do not like what you found at Innsmouth, do you? A horrid place. Reeks of fish. Ah, but I did point you in the right direction, did I not? Now you have seen where the dead Cthulhu sleeps, and you know who tried to sacrifice you. And you have the Necronomicon. Looks to me like I fulfilled all of my promises. Of course I knew. It is my job to know. Oh, gods below. Of course not. I did tell you not to get involved though, didn't I? You came to my palace in vain. I told you to stay out of the court's business. Come closer, I want to show you something. Come in from the cold dragonborn. Come in from the cold dragonborn. Farewell, school friend. But that is a question for the ages. In Lang they called me Hastur, the high priest not to be described, the king in yellow. Some say I am Mephala, the web spinner. Others have called me the Underking. I am neither. But perhaps I am both. The dwarves used to call me Yarlathotep, the crawling chaos. Perhaps that is who I am. Perhaps I am the fallen divine himself. Am I? Pretty spry for one with no heart. I am just an old man with information that you need. You have your black book, but you can't read it, can you? It would drive you mad, or pull you back into relief, or some other terrible thing. It really doesn't matter, does it? You have seen the horror you face. You cannot defeat it, not with any amount of strange magics. So you would see, of course. So you would learn. Now you know the futility of this path. Yog-Sothoth hoped you would join him, but of course you are purer still than that. Ah, so you did not learn everything. No matter. You will know soon enough. He is an all-in-one, and one in all, of limitless being itself. Not merely a thing of one space-time continuum, but allied to the ultimate animating essence of existence's whole unbounded sweep. The last utter sweep, which has no confines and which outreaches fancy and mathematics alike. It was perhaps that which certain secret cults of Nirn have worshipped as Yog-Sothoth, which has been a deity under other names. That which the crustaceans of Yuggoth worship as the Beyond One, and which the vaporous brains of the spiral nebulae know by an untranslatable sign. Oh, you will. The Necronomicon is powerful. All of the knowledge of Yog-Sothoth lies within. To read it would destroy you, but it may serve you in other ways. Nothing can stop this. But if you are set on this path, then I have another book for you. Take this tome. It may interest you. Serve? Dear me, no, child. I am Starspawn. I simply further the plot, Dragonborn. I sow the seeds that grow the trees. Who do you think saved that survivor from the Midgard serpent's mouth to pass his story on to you? Somebody has to pull the strings after all. Nay, that is your post, is it not? I simply nudge where I see fit. No, Dragonborn, it is but a book. But it may show you things, and those things may be of use to you. You will die. Everyone is going to die. Though death is a blessing where great Cthulhu is concerned.
Of course.
Hopefully he'll fight for us when the time comes.
You have
This text must be ancient. Very little has ever been written about King Orphan. Aye, centuries before the Numidium that wiped the Dwemer from this world. Would seem not. The Dwemer seem to have abandoned it after the Starspawn fell, instead building a new machine to be their brass god. If this machine was able to defeat Cthulhu, then...
You who stand on the
hidden by the sea,
listen to my
lost in the depths, forgotten by the
It's not
chief.
chance that draws you nigh.
But the sea elves still know. The waters are their realm. King Orkney must know. Oh no, I've met the Lord of the Seas. He lives even now. He is immortal. I met the Lord of the Seas long ago. In my youth, I sailed with the natives of Black Marsh. We set off from Solrest to hunt down some escaped Dunmer prisoners far to the south.
People of Skyrim.
We were set upon by a giant serpent in a tropical storm. Smashed the ship and I was thrown into the crashing waves. After it swallowed every last man that turned its attention to me. I pulled my sword and climbed up on Sir Wreckage to meet the creature.
Watchers are spoken.
I stood defiant against the vast creature. as it slowly came in for the kill, a strange ship cruised slowly out of the fog. Like an insect gliding across the water, the beast turned to the new threat with a great roar. A man stood at the ship's prow, a young elf with pale, bluish skin. He held out one hand and began muttering in a strange, ancient language. They slid slowly towards the monster, its great head grew motionless and his eyes locked with the elf's. Its roaring breath fading to a breeze. The elf touched his fingertips to the beast's snout and stared deep into its monstrous gaze. He nodded once, and the great serpent turned and slid silently into the water. The elves found me, brought me aboard, and interrogated me. I was fascinated by this young elf that commanded such respect from sailors thrice his age. I leaned forward and addressed the young man directly, angry at my questioners in the process. I asked him his name, and he smiled. At that point in his eyes, I saw an ancient wisdom beyond measure. I asked how we could control the monster.
I showed them how to cut the
The young man just smiled. I am King Orgnum of Pyandanea. He introduced himself by bowing with movements so smooth it was like the serpent that he had just tamed moments ago. I gasped at that name. Standing before me was the ageless king of the sea elves. His eyes narrowed as he told me I was a brave sailor to stand alone against the serpent god of Sodom. With a curved bow, he told me there was salt in my veins.
Who distract themselves
I had
with
earned
petty
his
scheme.
deepest respect.
Nay.
As I felt my chains loosen, he turned with a flourish, and he welcomed me aboard the Wolf Queen. I sailed with the sea elves on their long voyage back to Pyandanea. Orgnum and I became quite close. He fascinated me with stories of the sea. I told him of the state of things in Tamriel. He told me of Tiamat, of Forces, all the spirits and creatures of the seas. I then learned the ancient navigational secrets and the knowledge of the ways of the waters. Then we came at last to the hidden paradise, Pyandanea. After a stay in Pyandanea, I was given a ship. His engineers outfitted it with complex Dwemer engines that could sail against the winds. He christened it Chaos Camp, in honor of my brave defiance of the serpent. He told me that I was a friend of the sea as I left that amazing hidden land. That I could return to Tamriel knowing that I have the blessing of Tiamat. Well, a lot of things have changed since then. But if he knows where the Nvidium lies, he might also know how to awaken it. Let's get to the Chaos Camp.
We lost that power to give you life.
Edmund.
Time to have some fun. Pathetic.
Star Spawn, the brother of the Great Old One. The cult has been busy with their dark rites. But the order is fraying. The Old Ones are breaking through. Time is short. We must go to Playa Judea. I was shown the path through the veil of the mist once. I can find it again.